Chicken Inasal is a true Filipino classic. Marinated, fire roasted, and basted until perfectly golden. I've got a great sauce, a crazy easy to make delicious side dish, and a couple of insider techniques. But first, we pick the right cut of chicken. Sound good? Let's cook. I've got 6 bone-in chicken legs weighing right at 3 pounds. Now if you want, you could fabricate your own chicken if you were looking to hone some skills and save a bit of money. However, classically, the thighs and drums together are the traditional cut in this dish. But chicken breasts can be used, and to me, they've got to be split chicken breasts with the bone in. And these are for my wife and daughter because they don't like dark meat. Good, more for me. Now to get some more flavor into the chicken, I'm just going to score 3 to 4 slits about 1/4 of an inch or so deep onto each side of the chicken. But before we get started on the marinade that's going to make this insanely delicious, we need to make a staple ingredient, annatto oil. So in a small sauce pot, add in 1 cup of neutral flavored oil, then 1/4 cup of annatto seeds. Honestly, you can find these in the Latin aisle at the grocery store. These are going to add some awesome earthy, slightly sweet flavors along with a crazy highlighter-like color. Now to make this oil even better, smash 3 garlic cloves and add it to the pot along with a half-sliced shallot. Then, let's bring it back over to the cooktop, and over low to medium heat, we're just going to simmer everything together for about 10 to 12 minutes while occasionally stirring. And you'll notice the shallots and garlic will start to fry, and these extra ingredients are just going to make this better, and in return, the marinade better. Little techniques like this just make meals worth remembering. You'll also see that the annatto seeds will start to bleed into the oil, making it a vibrant orangish, reddish, yellowish color. Sorry, that was a lot. Okay, let's strain everything up, and at this point, all I'm looking to do is cool it down to room temperature, so I'm just going to pop it in the fridge for now. And in the meantime, some light marinade prep. I'm going to smash the white ends of 3 stalks of lemongrass just to help them become more aromatic and release more flavor. Then, thinly slice them and add them right to a large bowl. Next up, I'm going to grate in some garlic. You know I love to joke about Filipinos and their garlic, and I seriously think they love it more than Italians do, but we're still going to add a good amount in. I'm going to grate in a total of 10 garlic cloves. May seem like a lot, but I promise this is the way. Next, I've got a hunk of ginger that is about the length of my thumb. No need to be overly precise here, this marinade is very forgiving. And to peel it, I learned this little trick using a spoon from a chef I used to work for. It works perfectly every time. Now just like the garlic, finely grate it into the same bowl. At this stage, I'm adding in 1/3 cup of packed light brown sugar. And then next up, I'm adding in 1/4 cup of soy sauce. And after several Filipino recipe videos, I'm convinced Silver Swan is where it's at. But Datu Puti, it's definitely fantastic. And you can get both of those at any Asian or Filipino market, but of course, regular soy sauce will work as well. Next, I'm adding in 1/3 cup of calamansi juice, and there are some options. You can use calamansi extract, and this stuff is just gold. Seriously, I would drink it. It's got all the calamansi flavor, but it's sweetened up. Or you could use regular calamansi juice. It's great to use, and I picked up both of these from Amazon. Now, if you've got neither, fresh lemon juice is a perfect substitute. Now for some more acid, pour in 1 cup of vinegar, and it's incredibly classic to use coconut vinegar in this dish. However, Datu Puti cane vinegar is great too. And now for a little insider Filipino tip. Let's pour in 1.5 tablespoons of what we call liquid seasoning. This is essentially an umami bomb. Think of it as liquid MSG. And the 2 brands that'll get you there are Maggi or Knorr. Both popular, both pretty easy to find. If not, hit up Amazon. Okay, almost done with this marinade, but first, and for a bit more umami, 2 teaspoons of fish sauce. And please tell me why I smell this after every use. Yep, gets me every single time. Okay, let's now pour in half of our annatto oil, give it a season of salt and pepper, get a whisk in there and mix everything together until it is completely combined. And then of course, let's give it a little taste. Ooh, that gets you right there. That's going to be ridiculous. It should be over the top flavorful. Remember, we aren't eating the marinade, we're eating the chicken, and it needs to be overly delicious in order to perfectly season and flavor it up. Speaking of, let's add that chicken right to the marinade and take a minute or two to really massage in the ingredients to ensure it is coated on all sides and that it's making its way into the skewers. After all, that's why we did it, so the marinade can penetrate deep into the chicken so that every bite is dang tasty. I promise you, you've got this and you're going to love how good this is. And at this point, cover it up, and then we're heading into the fridge to marinate for as little as 4 hours and up to 24 hours. Now, the closer you can get it to that 24-hour period, the more flavorful this will be. Now, when it's the day of and you're ready to cook and eat, let's just take out the chicken and let it sit at room temperature to take the chill off. And I have to say, it looks incredible, and the aroma's already ridiculous. Going to be so good. Set it to the side, and in the meantime, we're going to make our basting sauce, which is incredibly classic to use in this. So in a small size pot, add in the remaining annatto oil, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 2 teaspoons of Knorr liquid seasoning, 1 teaspoon of calamansi juice, 2 teaspoons of packed light brown sugar, salt and pepper, and then let's cook. Bring the pot over to the cooktop and heat it up over low to medium heat. We just want this to be warmed up, doesn't need to be anything more than that. Give it a stir for maybe 2 to 3 minutes, and then let's mount it with 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. This right here is going to make this baste even richer and more delicious. Yep, I'm game. Chicken that's just too juicy and just too flavorful. Okay, let's set it to the side, and it's time to cook. Now, the most classic way to cook the chicken is definitely on the grill, and I'll show you another way in a minute if you don't want to go outside, because that was the original plan. But yeah, we got pounded with snow. Why do I live here again? Anyways, make sure your grill is over high heat, roughly between 450 and 550 degrees F. At this stage, simply place the chicken down, and the goal is to cook it for roughly 4 to 6 minutes per side, or until some light charring starts and looks like this. Give it a flip, and now is when we're going to break out our basting liquid and give everything a good sauce bath. Then after 4 to 6 more minutes, flip it back again and again baste it up. We'll flip it 2 more times total while basting after each flip, and will give us a total cooking time of 16 to 24 minutes. Just make sure the legs are at 170 degrees F internal and 160 degrees F internal for the breast. Just let them rest on a rack for a few minutes. Now for the other method, they're going on a rack over a sheet pan and on a middle rack in the oven to roast at 425 degrees F for a total of 30 to 35 minutes while basting every 10 minutes until it's brown and roasted just like this. And just like the grilled chicken Inasal, let it rest on a rack for a few minutes. And yes, as soon as this chicken's done resting, you can eat it and it's delicious. But there is an incredible sauce that's very commonly served with it called sausawan. To me, it is a must serve next to the chicken. Start by dicing up a half shallot, then finally grate 3 garlic cloves into a small bowl with the shallots. Next up, small dice 1 small pickling cucumber. This will equal out to be around a half to 2/3 cup diced. Then pith and seed 1 Thai chili. Now this is of course if you love spice, because these things have crazy heat. Or if you're like me, why not small dice up 1 Fresno pepper? Ah, that's more like it. Add it to the bowl along with 1 cup of the cane or coconut vinegar, a half cup of soy sauce, 2 teaspoons of calamansi juice, 2 tablespoons of packed light brown sugar, a little salt and pepper, and mix everything together until the sugar is dissolved. Then of course, give it a taste, and yo, talk about delicious. I want to drink this, and I'm guessing this is going on everything I eat because wow.
I put that on everything.
That's right, Miss Hamilton. Okay, for the next side, the classic garlic fried rice, also known as sinanang. Thinly slice 6 cloves of garlic, then bring it back over to the cooktop, and in a wok, add enough oil just to coat the bottom. Now over medium heat, add in the garlic and cook it just until very lightly brown, which will only take a few minutes. Be sure to watch it closely because you do not want to burn this. It'll get bitter. Then for a little insider secret of the pros, hit it with 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter for a little more fat and flavor. Then comes the rice. Now you can just use my foolproof technique on the stovetop or just do it the Filipino way and in the rice cooker. It's easier and clean. So at this stage, add in 4 cups of rice and stir fry for another 3 to 4 minutes or until the rice starts to sear a bit. Finish with a little S&P and you're good to go. Super good and super easy to make. Chicken is rested, sides are done, and it's almost time to eat. But first, let's plate this up. Add the chicken right to a plate, and I like to add a few non-traditional garnishes, like some sliced Fresno peppers and some sliced green onions. It's good to go, but don't forget about that rice and dipping sauce. Let's get in this.
Ridiculously simple and loaded with flavor. And if you're into Filipino cooking, my caldereta is next up. Watch the video. See you there. It's so flavorful and juicy and tender. Now I'm gonna eat all of it.